Hello guys, my name is Adeyemi and this is Kina Land. So today I want to share my process, my writing process, how I come up with stories. So most times I start with just one character. That character might not end up becoming the main character, but anyways, I start with a character. So for example, let's say a girl, 12 years of age, who lives in Lagos, Nigeria. That's a simple line. So the next thing I do is to develop the character. What is she involved in? What are likes? Where is she from? So let's say I say that a young girl, 12 years of age, who lives in Lagos, Nigeria, and lives in the suburbs, and she's the firstborn of three kids, a middle income range family, and she loves sports. Let's say she's a sporty girl, and which is something that's quite rare. Then I'll just look for some basic characteristics. Then from there, I'm going to take it to maybe somebody she relates with, either closely or not so closely. So let's say she goes to school and then there's someone who is her seatmate. That seatmate might end up being the main character. So not to bore you with too much details, I basically start with my characters. And then after starting my characters, I try to relate to that character on a natural level. I try to imagine that this character is a friend, someone I know, or someone that I may know. I try to imagine what their life is about. I try to put myself in their shoes, how they react to situations. So from there, I start to create a situation around them. And then I take my imagination as far as asking myself, okay, what if a situation like this came up? How did they respond? So from there, I create a character arc. A character arc is like the journey of a particular character in a story. So when they are coming from the peak of the story for them and where it ends. So if the character I started with does not end up becoming the main character, somehow they may end up being a waka pass. By waka pass, I mean a minor character in the story. So I just try to find a place for them. But I saw that for every character that will be coming up in the story, I create a background for them. I try to tell myself where they are coming from, who they are, how to respond to situations. So if it's going to be a visual story, a textual story, or any form the story might take in itself, I just ensure that when I know who these characters are, where they are coming from, and how they could approach the situations, it helps me to craft my conversation. So that moves me to conversations. From there, I try to imagine how they talk. So for some of them, they might be gentle tones, some of them might be blunt, some of them might be harsh, some of them might be rude. So it would be easy for me to say how they responded to something, or how they were discussing with someone, or how they were interacting with other elements of the story, because I know who they are. If the whole thing is just trying to see it as it's been real before beginning to take the story in its full context. So after concluding on my characters, concluding on their conversational style, then at times I could just bring up a story from there, thousands, hundreds rather, of story ideas would come up from there. Or I just try to think of another entirely different story idea and then bring the characters into the story. Most times, personally, if you've read some of my stories, some of my works, I don't always like ending the story in a way that the audience like. Okay, let me try to reframe that. At times when you're reading the story and you're like, okay, it's general to say, okay, at the end of the day, good conquered evil. At the end of the day, the hero did not die. At the end of the day, and like I don't really like going on that name. It's just me. So I tried to imagine how I would have wanted the story to end and how I would know what the story to end. Now, most times I try to go how I would know where it's the end, just for the fun of it. I mean, I don't necessarily do that every time, but it's just what it is. So, and from there, I mean, creativity takes over, and I allow it to lead me to wherever it leads. So that is how I come up with my stories. Are you a storyteller? Please share how you come up with your stories. Do you start with looking for a powerful story idea, then bring characters into it, or you start with just writing anything? But for me, I have to start with the characters. Like, there has to be a set of people we are talking about before I can write this. So that's just my personal style. So I'd love to hear from you. And if you are not a storyteller or a writer, you must have related some stories, you must have seen some movies, you must have read some books. I want you to tell me what stories struck you the most, the kind of stories you love relating with, and how you feel some stories should have ended, whether they are movies or they are books. You can mention whatever material you're referring to, and hopefully I've come across and I'll be able to respond well. But whatever the case may be, I'd love to hear from you.